Hello everyone. In this video we study about the how to remove the useless production or the null production, and also we study about the CNF concept. So let's we start. So here is the first question: remove the useless production. So for this two steps we follow. First step, we remove non-generating symbols. And second step, remove unreachable symbols. Only two steps we follow. Now let's suppose the question is, yes, read A, B, C. So this is the question. Now we apply these two methods or the steps on the question and we remove the useless production. So first step, remove the non-generating symbols. Means the variables, these are the variables. So the variables which produce only a capital letters. Means here in S, capital A, capital B and small a is produced, and this BC. Then in B variable also B and C are the small, but in C, capital C and capital A is formed, and D is also read only capital E, not any symbols. Small letters are read by this C and D. Then A and E, again the small letters are the present. So non-generating symbols means these the variables which are only read the capital letters, only the variables, not the small letters are read by these symbols. So here in step 1, so non-generating symbols are the C and D. So we remove this C and D. So now after removing this C and D, the production is, yes, read A, B, A, and now this B, C we not write because we remove this C. So here is also C is present, so we not write this production. So only A, then this B, read B, C, C. Now this C and D are removed because they are generate the variables only, not generate the symbols, small letters. Then this A, then A, read this B, E and A only. We not write this AC because this capital C is removed, and this E, read E. So I hope all you get idea about this step number 1. Now we perform step number 2 on this step number 1. So step number 2 is remove unreachable symbols. So unreachable symbols means the variable which not produce a capital letters, only produce the small letters. So here this E produce only small letters, not produce the capital letters. So this is the unreachable symbols, because from this we not get any capital letters. Capital letters is nothing but the variable, and this variable is not present, so we not again visit any another variables or the symbols by using this E production. So this E is now removed from this step number 2. So step number 2, we remove this E. So final answer is S produce A, B produce B, C, these are the small c, and A produce B, E or A. This is the final answer of the question. So I hope all you get idea about this, how to remove this useless production. In step number 1, we see which variable produce only variable produce only variables. No any small letters are the present. So here capital this C and D only produce the capital letters, not small letters. And in Step number 2, we see which variable only produce the small letters, means in variable no any single variable is present, only small letters are the present, capital letters are not present, that variable are the remove. So here this in first step we see this C and D only produce the capital letters, and which we remove this production from each state. Here is a C we remove, and again here C is present, so we not read this BC in years, only we read AAB. Then here is also AC is present, C is removed, so that's why we not consider here this AC, and remaining all production right as it is. And then from this step number 1 we apply this step number 2. So in this step number 1 we see which variable only produce small letters, here capital letters, here small letters, and which variable produce only small letters, we remove this and remaining right as it is. So this is the question. I hope all you get idea about this. Now we study about the eliminate all the null production. So first see which variables produce null. So here B and C are produce the null. So we create one table here. So in this table we write old variable, new variable and production. So first our old variable is 5, means nothing. Now we see which production generate the null. So B and C. So in this production we read B produce null and C produce null. So the new variables are B and C. This is the first step. In step number 2 we write now this new variable as our old variable, but before that see this B and C is write in any other variable. So yes, here we see this A produce B and C, and as B is the null, C is the null, means this B is null, C is null, then here we get A as also null. So because of this we write here old variable is B and C, and now one more production we write here A produce BC. As B is null, C is null, then this A also get null. Null and null means null. So here now new variables is this B, C and A. Now again we see any B and C or any null value is formed here or not. So here is also B and C present, but here A and B present. So if we consider this B as null, this C as null, then A and this A is formed. And then if we say this A is also null, now we write here this is the null. So this is also null, then again this A is small a is present, this is not null, so this whole term is not, we get null. So this yes is also not null. Then D, C is null. Then D produce small letter D, so this is also not completely null. So only A, B, C are our null value. So we write here B, C and A are our nullable value, nullable. Or we can add here one more step. Our old variable are B, C and A, and now no any production here dash. So new variable is also B, C, A. So this B, C, A, B, C, A are the equal. That's why we say that A, B, B, C, A are our nullable values, variables. So now we write the final production. So for the final result we remove these null values. How, let's we see. So here we write production, which is our question, and here is the result. After eliminate the null values, which result we get. So our initial production is here, so we write quickly as it is whole the production. So this is our initial production, and now we write here. So this as produce A, B, C, A and BD. But in this production, B and C are the present and A is also present, which are the nullable values. So write this term. So S can be write like, eliminate one by one null variables and remaining write variables as it is. How? Let's we see. First write this variable as it is. So this A, B, C, A we write as it is. Now first eliminate this A and these three terms write as it is. B, C, A. Why we done write this? Because A, B, C are the null values. So for that we write like this. Now second time we not consider B and remaining all variables we consider here. Or A, C, A. Here B is not right. Then now C. Now A, B and A. This C is not considered. A, B, A. Now next time two variables we not consider and two variables are the consider. The steps follow all times where the nullable values we see. One by one the null value is not considered and remaining all the remaining variables write as a production of that variable. Now this AB we not consider, only consider this CA. Now this BC we not consider, AA we consider. AA. Now this if we assume this AA, then see carefully, this A is nullable, means this is the null value. So only A we get, so not consider this A value here. If here any other variable is present, that time we consider, but here A is already null value, so we not consider that, only small a is considered. Now we assume this AB, then BC, now AC. We assume AC is not here, and so in the result we read BA. So all the possibilities we write. Now whole three variables are not considered, only A is right, but A is we already write here. So now all the possibilities we write. First time we not consider one value of the null values. Second time we consider two values, and third time we not consider any value, only small value we write, but this is right already here. And now this B and D write as it is. I hope all you get idea about why we write this process. So this is the resulting production of ES. So same for the remaining variables. So now we consider A. So in A, BC is present and these are the nullable values. So as it is, first we write both BC as we write here, first production as it is. Then we consider one time only B is not considered, that time C is considered. So C. Second time C is not considered, B only consider. B. And now any possibilities, when we consider both as a null, then no any production we get. So we now all the possibilities we write here of the BC. Now only this simple small b. Now this second b as a variable. So here only write b, not write this null value, because we remove here null values. Now C. So C read C, not this null value. Now this D. So D read D. So this is our result of the production. Here we remove all the null values. Here is null is not considered. So I hope all you get idea about this. This is the small c, not a capital C, okay? And here we write all possibilities of this combination. Here is also we write all the possibilities of this BC. Now we see next question. Define CNF and express this CFG into CNF. So this CNF means the production is in the form of only this AB or BC, means only one variable is in form of only capital two variables or single small variable. Only this form we can say CNF. If the whole production is from only two capital letters or only one small letter, then the form is called a CNF. If any three capital letters are come or two small letters, then it is not correct. Only the form is produce capital two letters or small one letter, small one letter and capital two letters. If this form is produced or we see in the production, then the production is CNF. So here is the question. Now we convert this CFG into CNF. How? Let's we see. So for that, again 2 or 3 steps we follow. So step number 1, eliminate the null values. Eliminate null production. And how we eliminate the null production, we see in the previous question. Step 2, eliminate unit. So what is mean by this unit? Unit means the single variable, capital letter. Variables means these variables. So this capital letter produce one single capital letters variable, not two. If two variables are the present, then this is the form of CNF. So this is the correct. But single A produce single B or single C produce single D. Any variable, any capital letter, if produce one capital letter, then eliminate the unit. This is called the unit. Now step number 3, we convert the remaining CNF into CFG into CNF. Now how it is, let's we see. So let's we solve the example. So first, here A and D are our null production, means we eliminate this A and D. So how we eliminate? First we draw one table. If we not draw the table, then it is also okay, but we draw here because we previously when we see that time we draw the table. So now also we draw. So old variable, new variable, and production. This is the step number 1. So initially our old variable is null. So the production A and D produce null value. So A produce null and D produce null. So the new variable is A comma D. Now we see any combination of A and D produce in one single variable, or the combination is formed or not. Here we see A and D is present, but if we assume this as a null, then this C is present. So this S is not converted into a null value. So no, this is not a whole null. Then this A is the nullable and C is also not from any null value, and D is also our previously null. So let's assume this AD as an old variable, and our production is now not from any null value. So new variable is also our AD. So this AD is equal. Then we say that A and D are the nullable values. Nullable. So our production is, here is the production we write, production, and here is the result. So this is our initial production. Here we see this is the question. So this is the production of the initial. Now we converted into our final result where the null values are not present. So we start from this S. So as we say that here A and D are the nullable values. So all the possibilities how we eliminate this A and D all write in this result. So first write as it is A, C, D. then first time I consider my A is not present, then these remaining 3 I write A, C, D. Now second time I consider this A is not present, then remaining 3 are right as it is. So if I consider this is not present, then A, C, D again get same result. So not write again and again one result. Now we consider D is not present, then AAC we write here, AAC. Now one time we eliminate this null value. Now we eliminate two times. So first I consider this AA is not present, that time CD is present, CD. Now this A and D is not present, that time AC is present, AC. Now we consider first this two variables, then these two variables. Now we consider these two variables. But again, if I assume this AD is not present, then AC. In AC I write previously, so not write again. Now two times we consider. Now we consider 3 times. Now both these 3 variables are not present. Then only single C is present. Now any combination we form from these nullable values? No. So this is the production of yes. Now we write for A. So A. So again this A and D is the nullable value. So first we not write this null, and we form the combination of these 3 variables. But first write as it is A, B. Now let's suppose this A is not present, then this AB simply present, AB. One time the nullable value assume it is not present in our combination, and then write the result. Now any combination is formed? No, only single A is present and we consider it is not present, and then only AB we write. Now C, write as it is because no any AD is not present and null value is also not present. So write AC A as it is. Now this D. So in D is the nullable value. So first time we write as it is ADA. Second time we consider D is not present. That time only A is present. Again this BDB. First time write as it is BDB. Second time consider this D is not present. That time only BB is present. And this null value we not consider. And any combination is formed now? No. So this is our final result of this step number 1, where we eliminate the null value. Now the step number 2, where we eliminate the unit. Now for this elimination of the unit, now consider this production, not the initial question. Now this is our new production. So from this production we eliminate the null values, unit values. So step number 2, from this result we see which variable produce unit, means single variable. Capital letters produce single capital letter. So this yes, and we see first from this no single capital letter is formed, but here this C is the present. So this single capital letter produce single capital letters. Variable produce variable. Variable produce variable. So yes is the unit. Now any remaining unit is present or not? So in A no single unit is present. In C production also not single capital letter is come in the picture. D also not any single unit is present. So only yes is the unit. Now we eliminate this unit. How? Where the C is present, single variable is present, put that variable from this production, means here single C is present and single C read this AC and A. So now the final result of the production is S read AACD, ACD, AAC, CD, AC, and now this single C we not write because we want to eliminate this single C. So for that we write the production of this C, which is ACA. So for this variable C we write this AC and A. This is nothing but our single C. I hope all you get idea about this. Now remaining all write as it is. A. Now let's suppose here is also any A, single D, single S is present. That time for this single variable we write the whole production of that variable. But now in this case no any variable is formed. Now this AC A and D gives ADA, AA, BD, B. Now this is our new result of the production. Now we perform steps number 3 into our step number 2. So for that we draw one table. Here we write given, here we write action, and final CNF. If you don't draw or if you not draw the table, then it is also okay, but if we draw the table, then it is simple to understand which action we perform. So in the given part we write all the production of the step number 2. So first production is S, so we write here first production is S. AA, write all the production of S as it is here in a given part. So AACD, ACD, AAC, then CD, AC, AC and A. This is the production of S as it is right we here. Now we want to perform action. So which action we perform to get the CNF? So I hope all you get idea. If we want CNF, then we want the production in the form of A, B, C. A variable produce only two variables, or a variable produce only one single small letter. If the production in the form of two capital letters and only one single small letter, then only the production is the CNF. We convert this whole production in the form of B, C and A. So if we see here, then here four capital letters are the present, and only we want two capital letters. So we assume something for this four capital letters, for convert these four capital letters into two single capital letters. So let's assume first this AA as a T1. We write T1 for our AA. In the action form we write what we can do here. So assume first this T1 for the AA. So now our S is T1 CD, ACD. Then here is also AA present. So we write here T1C, CD, AC, AC and A. Now here this T1 is a one single capital letter and this CD is second. Now here three capital letters are the present, but we want only two capital letters. Now we again consider this CD as a second any other capital letter. Let's suppose this T2 I write for this CD. I assume for the CD T2. Then the production is, you assume any variable and number of variable you assume. Then S is T1, T2. Now here is also CD is present. So AT2. Then this T1C write as it is, because here two variables, two capital letters are the present and we want these two capital letters. Then this CD. Now see here, if we consider for this CD as a T2, then here we get only single capital letter. So this assumption is wrong. So instead of this, what we do, this T1 and D, we assume something T2 for this T1 and D. If we assume this, then no any problem, because T1 D is not present anywhere, but T1C is present. Then again here one problem is created. So when you assume anything, that time C if your this form is disturbed or not. So we assume for T1D we assume T2. So here instead of this we write this T1D, we write T2, so T2C. Then now this whole production is wrong, we write here. So yes, read T2C, then ACD, T1C, CD, AC, AC and A. Now we complete this T2 step. Now we get here two capital letters. Here is the three capital letters. So what we do? Now we assume AD. For the AD we assume T3 for the AD. So we write yes for the T2C. Now for the AD we assume T3C, then T1C, CD, AC, and here is, if we say here AC, small letter and capital letter is present, and we want two capital letters or single small letter. So meanwhile we assume here for the A we write T4, let's suppose T4 we write for the A. So we write this A T4C, and this single A we write as it is because this is the acceptable, the single small letter we accept, so not disturb this A. Now if we see this A's production, then two capital letters, two capital letters, two capital letters, all the two capital letters and one single small letter is present, and this is the correct form of the CNF. So in the final result we write the CNF for this years is T2C, T3C, T1C, then CD, AC, T4 and A. This is the correct form of the CNF. Maybe your CNF is changed because we assume any variable. T1, I assume T1, T2, T3, you assume XYZ, anything. So your final CNF can be changed because here I assume first AA as T1. You can assume first AC, any variable for the AC or any variable for AD. So not see the final CNF, only terms are the equal or not. You check if the terms are the equal, then it is correct. But the final result you get as it is not possible. Now we see for the next production. Now we write for the A. So in given part we write A read A, B or AB. So here for A we assume already where is A? We assume already T4. So directly we write here for the small a we write T4. T4 A B, and here is also T4 B. Now we assume for the T4 B, assume for the B, or as it is I write T5 for the B. So I write B like A read T4 A T5 or T4 T5. Now here two capital letters we get, but here three capital letters. Then again I write assume T6 for the T4 and T5. So no, we not assume this, or we assume. I assume this T4 and A, because if I assume T4 and T5, then someone get confused. Here is also T4 and T5 is present, so why we not change this? So let's suppose we assume T4 and A as a T6. So we get T6, T5, T4, T5. So this is the final CNF for the A. So we write here A read T6, T5, T4, T5. Now we write for the S. So S read AC or A. Now same procedure we follow. First we write for the small a, we write T4, because previously we see here for the small a we assume T4. So this T4 C, no, we not change this A, because this is the correct form of the CNF. Only we change this single A. Now this single A and this capital C is the, we get two capital letters and one single letter, small letter. So this simply T4C A. Now finally we write for D. So D, A D A, A B D B, B B. So we convert this D in the CNF. So how? First we convert this A with T4, because previously we assumed this. So yes, read T4 D T4, T4 T4. Then for B we also assume something. Let's we see what. So for B we assume T5. So we write this T5 D T5 and T5 T5. Now we want only single two capital letters. So we assume something for this also. So for T4D I assume T7. So T7 assume for T4D. So I get this two capital letters, and here is also three capital letters. So I assume as T5D, assume T8. So T8 for the T5 and D. Now we write the production. Sorry, I write here. Yes, this is for the D. D. So D is now for T4 and D we write T7, T7 T4, T4 T4, because these two capital letters are the acceptable. Then T5D we write T7 T5. Now this T5 T5. So as it is we get two capital letters in each production. So this is our final CNF for the D. So we write here D read T4 T, T7 T4 or T4 T4 or T7 T5 or T5 T5. Here final CNF, which production we get here in the final CNF, all we write in the one sequence. So this is our final CNF. These all the production we calculate in the previous table. So I hope all you get idea how we convert the CFG into CNF. So here one more concept is ambiguous grammar. So ambiguous grammar is nothing but we prove one string, which string we get if we change any. First consider this starting variable, starting terminals. So first time you change this AB, then this is the LMD. Second time you change this BA, then this is the RMD. And when we change one by one, and from this when we change this capital B with this production and capital A with this production, and continuously we change or put the values of these capital letters, and from this we get one string, and these strings are the equal then this grammar is called as an ambiguous grammar. Now how, let's we see. So sometimes in the question you have to prove the string which are itself question is told, means in question prove that a b b a b, this string is formed or not from this ambiguous grammar, or sometime no any string is given and you consider one string, means which string is formed automatically in the grammar, and prove that string with the second change which you done in your production. Let's we see exactly what I want to say that. So let's suppose we want to prove this a b b a b. So we start from this s. So we start s read. Now I want to read this a first. So if I assume this this production, then it start from b. So it is not correct because I want a first. So I go through this a. So a b first I consider. For that I read s read a b. Here production is must be read or write, which change you done here. So here first I read s with a b. So s as a b. Then I want second a. Again I want a. So in b production now I change this b, capital B. So in b capital B where the a is present, here a is the present. So I write a, this a write as it is. For this b I write this production. So this capital B read a b b. So I get a b b. So this string for this single b. Now I want next b. So here one option is read b. So here from this b I read this b s. So I write here b read b s. So from this I get a b s and this capital B as it is. Now again b we want. So I change this s with b production. So if I see here yes, so in this s b is present. So we write s read this b a, because second is also I want b. So s read a b b a. This s write b a and this b as it is. Now I want to read this a. For that I read a b, because here is the starting of a. So here I write a b b, and for this a I read a b and this b as it is here. Now after a I want b. So from this b we read this b, because if we consider this bs, then again the production is come in the picture. Now we want to stop somewhere. Now if I consider this bb, then again it is not possible. Now we consider single b. This a b b a. Now this b read b, and this single b also present now, but null string is complete. So here null value is present. I forget previously, right? But here null value is present. So I write here a b b a b null. This b is now read null. So we get a b b a b as a string. So one time we consider this a b. Now we do something change in the production. So we get same string from the another production. Now perform. This is suppose our leftmost. Here we perform LMD and RMD. I say this is my LMD. No any confusion. If we say here this is the RMD, then it is also okay. Final, we want to prove that this production gives us a same string if we perform any small changes in the production. Let's how see. I write here. Again I start from this s. This is my RMD, let's suppose. So I want to prove this string. So first, as usual, I start with this A and B. I have no any other option. So S read AB. So here S read AB. Now this B. So here we perform for this B, we perform ABB. Now we change the production. Here we perform any something change which gives us RMD is equal to LMD. So let's suppose now in this time I read, instead of this ABB, I read this B as a no, here is also again I want read this ABB, because again I want this second variable as a, and here only one option is present to write this A. So write AABB. So this is again same production we put, but it's okay. In the after this production we do something change. Then as read, now after this production we take B as a BS. Now we not take this BS. This A, after this A we want B. So here one more option is present. I consider this B. So A B B, and here I read B as a small only B. Here I write B, for this B I write BS. Here I perform in the third step, I write for the single B I write BS, but here I write a small b. So here we change the production method. So now this is LMD is separate and this RMD is separate, and from this we at the final we prove this AABBAB. Now we write the production for this B now. So for this B, after this B I want this B to come in the picture. So for that I have option this B, but if I consider this B, then my string is complete here. Now then I have no any option, so I go through this BS. So S read AAB BS. So we get this B here. Here we perform B read BS. Now here we change the steps. See here, first yes, read AB as it is, B read ABB as it is, because we have no any other option, but here option is present, so we change the production. B read B and B read BS. Now from this production all these steps are the change now. Now we read this ES. For this ES we want A, so A is present here, so we write yes AABB, and for this S we write AB because we want A. So AB, where we read this S as a AB. Now we want this final B. So final B, directly we put this B as a small b, because here option is present. So S read AABB AB. Now we say that our LMD is equal to RMD. So the production is ambiguous grammar. This is the ambiguous grammar, and if we not prove, then this is, that time the grammar is not ambiguous. So I hope all you get idea about this. If now any question or query, then let me know in the comment box. Thank you.